Say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted, and the House has accordingly given prior approval to the appointment of the nominee to the position of a Chief Justice.
Despite both sides agreeing to approve Justice Torkornoo's nomination, the debate leading up to this was ferocious. The minority chief whip tore into some of the Supreme Court's recent judgments.
I think she's got what it takes to be a Supreme Court judge. And I am hopeful, Mr. Speaker, that she will be a better Chief Justice than the person she's taking over from. Why do I say this, Mr. Speaker? Under the reign of the outgoing Chief Justice, the level of miscarriage of justice in this country reached a crescendo and must never be repeated. And the former Chief Justice must know when he goes home, this miscarriage of justice rests on his chest.
But first, Deputy Speaker Joseph Osei-Wusu fired back at the minority chief whip, insisting he was on a bad trajectory.
Judges know that as humans they can err, and judges always welcome criticism of their judgment. But when we are critiquing a judgment, it is expected that we will critique the judgment with law, with facts, with alternative argument.
The debate leading to the approval of the nominee centered mainly on the Judge Kyei-Mensah case and whether or not the Supreme Court is amenable to criticism. Former Minority Leader Haruna Iddrisu argued that the court is not above criticism.
The Supreme Court is not above the criticisms of the Parliament of Ghana. Indeed, in civilized jurisdictions and even in Ghana, the Supreme Court or the courts are servants of the legislature. We make the law. They are to interpret the law. That is why we are enjoined not to use language that is ambiguous. When they are interpreting the law, they are supposed to be guided by the words the legislature uses, that members of parliament uses. So nobody should think that freedom of expression is limited only in our bedrooms of Ghana. That did they construe the words before filing of nominations and before elections? Are those words synonymous? Do they mean the same? Mr. Speaker, I beg to disagree. They probably got it wrong. Before filing nominations cannot be the same thing as at the time of elections. But the legislature make the law, and therefore they ought to consider all other variables in the determination of the decisions that they make. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker, you swore in a member of parliament for Kumao. At what material time, Mr. Speaker, did you administer the oath of allegiance to him? And therefore, was the Supreme Court making a determination on allegiance to the state? And at what state was Jesse Kyei-Mensah swearing to an oath of allegiance? Was it at the time of filing or at the time of election or when he swore in this chamber?
However, MP for Ebuakwa South, Samuel Atachia, warned that the NDC MPs should not turn Parliament into a Supreme Court review chamber.
You know the processes of amendment, which we have even the power to initiate in this House. Mr. Speaker, I agree with you that any time we are in this chamber and then we veer into territories that are not ours, we will make some serious errors.
With the approval of Parliament now out of the way, the only thing stopping Justice Gertrude Torkornoo of becoming the new Chief Justice of the Republic is the swearing in of the Republic. But we understand that is a given, and as soon as this evening or early tomorrow, President Akufo-Addo will swear her in to become the third female Chief Justice of the Republic, and a lot of people have expressed optimism that she will be the one to turn the tides. In recent times, the Supreme Court and the judiciary have come under a barrage of criticism, particularly from the opposition NDC and elements within that faction who say that the court's judgments have not been reasoned enough in the Constitution. Reporting for Joy News, Kwiku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.